Here, check this out. I've just come down to do my Sunday shopping and I can't believe I've parked next to a BYD. I think that's what they're called. Flipping heck. I'm lucky that my Focus hasn't gone up in flames, so I'm gonna get the hell out of Dodge. I've heard stories about them electric Chinese cars, so let's go. Guess what I'm doing? God almighty. It's like a 13 plate Renault Clio. It just needs a few little repairs doing to it. This is the front subframe radiator support. Oh my God. I think, to be honest though, these are a thing on these cars, because I looked on eBay and ordered a new one for about 50 quid. And they said they've sold nearly 3,000 of them. So they're obviously rubbish metal, and they just clip into the rear subframe. So it's just like a support panel really to support the radiator. So it's well and truly had its day. And that is absolutely rotten. Look at all the rust on the floor. I didn't see it until I tried to undo the under tray, and here you go. It's all kind of flappy. Of course, there's only pins that go from this frame into the main subframe, and then it just bolts up. So I've ordered a new one, and once I get this one unbolted, I'll show you the result when I have the new one fitted. Oh dear, oh dear. What a lovely start to Monday morning. Anyway, shall we start as we mean to go on? Here's one for the record books. 12 plate Mini Cooper diesel. Holy shit, it's like, do you know what, the customer hasn't even mentioned a word, yet driving a car just on the ramp, it's like bom bom bom, you can flipping hear it. It's amazing how some people drive around oblivious to God knows what knocks and rattles are going on in their car. They've probably got their Apple Play stereo blasting out. That's probably why, unless they're just absolute morons. See, you haven't got to take the grill out to actually get the lock off. I will show you in a minute. Guess what I pointed out last week? Flipping steering rack again. Oh my God. One day and it's soaking wet. Where's the flipping start button? There it is. Now I can turn the bloody wheel. Can I just point something out here? These locking wheel nuts and similar ones like this, if you have these on your car, I suggest you make sure that you can undo them again. Because if you're one of these people that don't really care, I would get rid of these and fling them away and get something a lot better. These are awful, and they are the cause of many wheels being damaged or not being able to remove the wheel. And anyway, does anybody even nick wheels anymore? I thought they nicked the whole car these days. There you see, all you do, you get the screwdriver through the grill, and by the way, this particular grill here was a bit of a tricky one because the holes are so small. Some of the grills in these Focuses have got bigger holes. You get a long screwdriver through the grill and you can smash the outer casing off of that. Just smash the outer casing off, then you can pull this bit out like that, boom. And obviously now I can take the lock out of here. But I will say, in some cases, some of these you put back in there and these are all gone weak. You have to get like a big Jubilee clip and put it round here to hold them in. Otherwise this here can keep coming out. And if you want to know what a big screwdriver looks like, that's what it looks like. Also, this little white piece in the latch, that has to come out. Sometimes they do come out with a cable and other times they don't, but they're in there quite tight because the new piece will come with one on it, just there. So that will go into the actual latch. So I've got to get this one out. So I'm just going to put my mole grips on there and hope I can pull it. Yeah, that's, they can be a sod. Yeah, got it. See how tight they are? So once you've fitted your extension bit, which actually used to be your cable on the old one, but once that's on, before you put your latch back in, make sure that this piece here, the angle of these two little prongs there are sitting at the same kind of angle as that one there, so they'll pop straight onto it, because you can get them 90 degrees out, then you have to take it all apart again. So we shall pop that in there. That's it, clips in through the hole. Bingo! Put a screwdriver in the latch like so, latch it down so it's locked, then turn the key. Otherwise, if you shut the bonnet and there's something wrong, then you're in trouble again. So that's the first, and that's the secondary catch there working. So we know we're all good. Yeah, we changed flipping loads of these bonnet locks. It's not the lock that's the problem, it's the cable. It's the flipping cable that goes wrong. Some of them haven't even broken in there, they're just stretched. And when you turn the key, it's just not enough to turn it to open the lock. But that's an original one. The ones we get from eBay are like cheap ones. But I think they're better, you know, because they're just a plastic rod. As long as they don't get too much abuse, then they're fine. All right, Tyler, do your thing. We've just pressed the bearing, the rear one, out of a Renault Clio. So I've just shown him how to press the bearing in. He managed to get the circlip out himself. So it's going all right. The bearing will stop. You won't be able to press anymore, surely. Keep going. That's it. That's it. What do you reckon?
There's your brand new bearing.
Yep, flip it round. Make sure it's butted up in there properly, which it is, and then make sure the new bearing races turn, which they do. So now all we've got to do is refit the new circlip in there, then you can put it back on the car.
I'm going to attempt to...
I'm using my hand as a guard because I've got no glasses on and I don't fancy losing an eye due to you and your improper practices. But yeah, just push that down and that should clip in. No, careful with the seal, just don't bang it, push it carefully. That's it, so it clips into place. Flipping heck, I've got to teach these old boys. Too hasty. Yeah. Anyway, we're in. So now that's it, one bearing fitted. Good job, good job. Well, we just tried to fit the rear drum and it went on a little bit tight, too tight for my liking. So we pulled it off again and the bearing obviously come out. I can pop that back in there, but I'm going to leave the bearing out for the minute because it won't go on. It just literally will not go onto the stub axle. I knocked it on a little bit and it was really tight. I've even got a file and filed all around the edge, and I've got emery cloth and cleaned up all this stub axle and it still won't go on. It's so tight, so there is something definitely wrong with that. So I've ordered a new stub axle. I'm not going to mess around with it. will fit a brand new stub axle, because that drum needs to be able to slide on and off nice and freely. Citroen C4 Cactus. Can somebody explain to me what the hell these bloody great rubber bits are? It says air bump. Are these for people who like to open their doors and smack other people's doors in Tesco's car park or something like that? Anyway, more to the point, I was just going through an MOT on it, and I happened to notice that the anti-roll bar on the driver's side was pretty much touching the CB boot, the outer one. It's that close to it, and over this side it's a mile away from it. Not actually touching anything or interfering with anything, but it's not right, it needs pushing over. So I'm not going to fail it. I think I'll just let the customer know about that one. There's a flipping pigeon. Anyway, I'm doing an MOT, Honda Jazz. Quite a clean car, low mileage. You wouldn't expect much wrong with it. But as I'm not doing much in the way of repairs at the moment, because I'm doing a lot of MOTs, I just thought I'd point out anything that's interesting to witness. So obviously, just looking at the driver's front wheel, everything looks perfectly fine. Good tyre, plenty of tread, until you come to the inner edge. I don't know if you can see that just there. I put some yellow chalk around it already, but yeah, that has hit the curb just there. It's been marked, and that is one great big lump in that tyre. Do you remember what I said earlier? This customer in their lovely 06 plate Ford Focus has brought their car in complaining that their Apple CarPlay is not working properly. I've just spent the last 10 minutes trying to start this car. The battery is flat. Once I charge the battery up, I find that the starter motor is bollocksed. All I can do is sit back and laugh in the face of adversity. Lovely. Well, the sump has finally arrived for the Clio. It comes with a gasket as well. But you know, I'm going to use some gasket maker as well with that, just for good measure. Voila! Right, I have managed to get a number of the bolts in, and yeah, it's now Tuesday afternoon. I ordered this on Saturday off eBay, so that was pretty quick. Yeah, that's what they look like when they're not covered in rust and holes. So I shall just pop a return now. Hold up, let's not get so hasty. Yeah. Let's not forget the radiator grommets. It's not a lot of fun when you haven't got help. I'm trying to lift this bloody thing up and slot it into all the places it's supposed to go. So there you go. I actually wonder how long this new panel will last before it rots out and ends up looking like that. So we've got a shiny sump, a new front radiator support panel, and we're still waiting on the stub axle, but we got the old one off. Well, I wouldn't want to forget to put the oil in the engine, would we now? In the trash can. I think they made the front subframe radiator support out of the same metal they made the sump set up on these Clios. Yeah, okay, I'm bored now. Good news, we finally have the new stub axle. So now, as we know, this bearing absolutely would not go on here. So now if I can slide this on, yep, there we go. That's what we want. A little bit more grease, never hurt. So we'll pop that in there. And that literally dogs into there. Well, it's now Thursday morning. I am still on the Renault Clio. The wipers are the issue now, which I didn't know to start with. They would work half a dozen times, then just stop working. I smell a dodgy motor here. So I'll ring up the parts supplier and yes sir, we keep them on the shelf. There's a reason for that. To top off things, there's some storm here over the UK. My £15 pair of work shoes that I got from the cheap shop downtown have holes in the sole. For 2 days I've walked around with like trench foot with flipping soaking wet bloody socks. I'm pissed off of it. I've had to go up Tesco's. They're selling a load of old bollocks in the way of shoes now. I've had to buy these shabby flipping things for £24, but it's better than having a wet foot. Right, anyway, so we get this wiper motor fitted. These two screws that hold this bar on, they're going to snap. I'll try a bit of heat. If that don't work, I'm going to have to snap them and find new bolts. Right, I don't hold much hope for this. And to be honest with you, I can't be bothered to piss around a bit. Yeah. I was actually thinking that was going to snap, but it hasn't. It's come out. So it must be my lucky day. Good news! They both came undone. We shall keep it at a distance so I don't burn my fingers. Yeah. Well, we're all bolted in. I just need to pop that link bar on, like that, so. So, here's the moment of truth. Ignition. Whoa.
Looks like it's working.
The spindles are turning. I was told by the parts supplier, do you require a linkage as well? I said, no, the linkage seems to be okay. Oh, because you know, we sell quite a few of them. I think there's a lot of things in these Clios that don't tend to last too long. Anyway, it's working, that's the main thing. Just had a car towed in on the trailer. They put it on the ramp. And yeah. The oil has reached the back of the exhaust. I'll tell you one thing, it's rust proof the underneath of the car, that's for sure. Can I fit my camera up there? Oh my God. Can you see the hole? Can you see the hole in the back of the engine? There's a hole in my bucket, Delilah. just there. Can you see it? Really? Flipping, look at the bloody, the conrod must have been like wanking itself for flipping ages before that happened. So whoever was driving this car must have been completely bloody oblivious to the rattling. Do you think? your opinion, Mark, with all the years and all the experience you know, for a conrod to rattle, it would be rattling for some time before it lets go.
I would have thought so.
It wouldn't just come off the crankshaft just like snap, would it? It'd be rattling.
It would do for quite a while.
Yeah, the shells would go. It'd be rattling and rattling. So whoever's been driving that car has got a hearing problem.
I would say so.
Well, send them to Specsavers, but they need to go to hearing savers.
Yeah. They do run hearing aids at Specsavers.
Do
don't
they?
Yeah.
We'll have to question him when he
That's
comes
the
in.
only thing when you're not having a TV, Alan, you miss all these new things that these shops are doing.
I don't watch TV no more. I don't even pay a TV licence. BBC can go stuff themselves. They ain't get another penny out of me. Anyway, it looks like we're going to need a new engine. Hit the play button just to make you smile. Well, I'm a one-man band. Nobody knows or understands. Well, Tyler, this is a lovely little job. Polo, people like Polo. There's an oil leak which looked like the sump, but it's not the sump. Is actually like a filter housing up there. What's it called? What do they call it?
Call it Volkswagen, and it should be an oil vacuum pump.
An oil vacuum pump. What the hell? Well, anyway, it's got O-rings in it. It's up there. It's leaking, and it's running along the sump and dripping down onto the exhaust and causing oil smell. I've just unbolted it. So there, haha, it's off. All I want to do is take the O-rings out and replace them, and I reckon that will do it. I reckon the O-rings have gone flat. Yeah, there's two O-rings on this housing, and this bottom one, which I can hardly see, is literally flat, completely flat with the casing. That's why the oil's just leaking past it. And there's a bigger one up there, just here, and that's flat as well. They're absolutely knackered. So I've got new seals coming, so we'll pop these off with a pick and replace them, and I reckon that will cure our oil leak, should I say. Check it out. This is O-ring heaven, Tyler. I'll put them down there. If you zoom in on them, there's two O-rings on this vacuum, whatever the hell it is. But I was trying to get this one off, and these should be rubber, flexible. But do you hear that? Oh, it actually snapped. It's so hard. Look at that. It's just hard and brittle. Yeah. That's terrible. And this little one here, that's hard as well. It's crunchy. That is. I mean, you know what rubber is? Rubber should be nice and flexible. But that's the trouble with O-rings. They're pretty good when they're new, you know. But it's like once they get heated up and cooled down so many times, it's just a matter of time, obviously, isn't it? Now all I can do is sit and wait for the new seals to arrive. We have someone gone to get them, but like Scott of Antarctica said, I could be some time. There you go, finally arrived. Notice how squidgy they are? That's what they should be like. That I don't know how to make O-rings more bloody interesting than they are. New seals are on the housing, but all this black carbon there, oh my God, it's this little bit of the pipe, if I can even get it, just here, was blocked with carbon. So I've just got my pick in there and picked it all out, and yeah. I guess that wasn't helping the breathing of the engine either. Let it be known that brake cleaner is my very good friend when it comes to cleaning up oil. Oh, I'll tell you what, I mean, I'm glad I looked a bit closer on that housing, because that happens a lot. You get these plastic breather housings. They make this one was leaking, but that one was literally blocked. Flipping, If I'd have left that, that wasn't helping at all. That would have been causing like crankcase pressure, which would have caused more oil leaks in the long run. So yeah, good result. Well, that's about it for this week. There hasn't been that much in the way of repairs going on because there's been too many MOTs being done. So I thought I'd finish the video off today with what I'm doing here on Saturday, which is a Ford Cougar 2-litre diesel, cam belt and water pump change. This is the same 2-litre diesel that you would find in like a Mark IV Mondeo. It's good engines actually, last forever if you change the oil in them properly. Nice Cougar though. This is the one we put the exhaust on. And but anyway, for later, this car over here, this I used to call them a Puff's handbag, but I can't say that in front of Tyler, can I?
Your son has bought a Puff's handbag.
No, it's actually a very nice car. He's bought this car. I won't say what it cost him, okay, but I will say later, and you'll be flipping surprised what this cost. It's got a year's ticket on it, and all you got to do is wait for the logbook, and then get your insurance and everything. It's your first car. It's a, obviously mini, is it a Cooper?
It's a Mini Cooper spec, 1.6 petrol with everything but Bluetooth. It's even got heated seats.
Yeah, it's got heated seats. I had to drive it with a trade plate from where you picked it up from up to here, and to be honest with you, it's just got just over 100,000 miles on it. It drives like a new car. There's no rattles. It drives lovely in a straight line. It brakes in a straight line. There's nothing on it that I felt that was out of order or something wrong. The roof works electrically. The roof comes down. So yeah, what did you say? 1.6.
1.6. And it's cheaper than a 1.2 Fiesta to insure.
Yeah, I was going to say that. The insurance on this isn't that bad.
So I don't mind spending this. So for a £3 Fiesta that I was going to buy, my insurance is looking about £2,450 a year. With this Mini Cooper, it's £2,300 a year. So £150 cheaper and 400 extra cc displacement. Sounds good to me.
It's probably because it's not that common a car that like people who just pass their test get into. They're normally in like Corsas and Fiestas and stuff like that, and
Yep.
a lot of accidents, they bump the insurance premiums up.
So Mini Coopers are really for girls, so.
Well, I don't know. I think I'm not really a convertible person myself, but you know, I think it'd be a lot of fun. So in the summertime, I'll certainly go out with him. I'll go for a ride, and I can let my hair blow in the wind, you know. Anyway, that's the end of the video from me, and goodbye from him.
See you on the next one.
So, see you later. Adios. I just want to point out here, got the roof up, I see. Yeah. Well, that's a Cooper, that's a Cooper, 09 plate. It's nice. It is very nice. I never liked Minis when they first came out, but I've drove a few now, and they're growing on me considerably.
Well, when they don't.
I've lost interest now. Anyway, what I was going to show you, I just thought I'd point this out for no reason whatsoever. I have put the new timing belt on and water pump. Unfortunately, I've done it on a 2-poster ramp, so this, sorry, 4-poster, so this bloody thing is in the way, and I'm bending over like a flipping S-shaped spanner. But there she is, water pump, cam belt, tensioner, idler, all fitted, timed up, ready to rock and roll. So all I've got to do is put the covers back on. Yeah, this is the Cougar. We've done a bit of work to this. New brake pads all round, new suspension arms. Shiny exhaust system. Nice. I've already ended the video, but I'm now going to have to end it again, so till the next time, see ya.